Hey, everybody, it's your two favorite two-ball nerds wishing you a happy holiday season. And in that spirit, we're having a little bit of fun this episode. What are we doing this time, Richard?
Oh, we're going to geek out. We're not going to have fun. We're going to geek out on new computers because I'm pretty sure we both got a new computer.
That's right. It's the holiday season, and nobody knows the better gift that you want than yourself, right? So happy holidays to us. Happy holidays to us. We got some fun toys. So definitely check out our episode and see what exactly Santa brought for Richard and Mike.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode with your two favorite bald nerds, Mike Myers and Richard Chapman. We're going to spend a little bit of time today talking about our new toys. Who needs Santa Claus when you know what you want and you can just go get it, right? Mike, you got a new computer too, I think, right?
Oh, I do have a new computer, but I think in this episode, I want to talk about what you have. Now, Richard, in fairness, I do want to make a quick mention to our audience, okay? Richard is close to his camera. I am far away, okay? We are not different. We're about the same size people. I'm a little bigger than him. But did you ever watch Father Ted?
No.
Oh my gosh. Amazing Irish sitcom from the 90s. You have to watch every episode. But I digress. Come on, Richard. What did you get for the holidays, man? Show me your toys.
I was going to say, what does Father Ted have to do with our new computers, our new pewters?
Because I just made a quote from Father Ted.
Oh, it went right over my head. Totally missed it. My bad. Well, now I definitely have to watch it. All right. So computers, we're talking about new computers. I was in the market for a new computer, both for work mostly, but also for a little bit of fun and the multitasking that I do in my office. So I decided to go with a laptop, Mike. What are your thoughts on that? Laptop versus desktop?
I have 2 laptops and 3 desktops. So, laptops have portability. I'll give them that. But I like the feel of a real book, and I like the feel of a real computer. So if given a choice, I'm always going to grab my desktop, although that extension cord can be a real problem on a Southwest Airlines flight.
I will say I do like having a desktop computer, and I used to love rooting around in a tower, but having a laptop is nice. I can take it wherever I want to go. And to be honest, I'm not doing a lot of high-end gaming, although I did go with a gaming computer for some specific reasons, and we'll kind of touch on that. But
a gaming laptop?
I've always been, when it comes to buying an out-of-the-box computer, I've always bought a computer that was built by one of the big name brands, right? I kind of didn't do that this time. I went a little off mainstream. I actually got a laptop it's getting a little bit more traction. It's kind of been known in the gaming world. It's a Maingear laptop. Have you ever heard of Maingear?
Like the state of Maine?
Well, no, not Maine, but not the state of Maine. It's actually, I believe they've started somewhere up in New Jersey, but they've been building computers since I think the early 2000s, if I remember right. But they're really kind of a smaller, focused desktop and laptop computer manufacturing company. And
cool.
They don't make as many machines.
Speak.
Yeah, look them up. I think there's always that mentality of, should I buy like a big name brand because of reliability and things like that? I chose to go with Maingear so I could get a little more in the laptop for a little bit better price. I had a couple of choices with, like a Dell or something like that, that just it didn't give me what I wanted. So I kind of made some choices there. Look, it's a laptop. Woohoo! Basic, normal, simple laptop, nothing too crazy. But there are some things I really liked about this laptop. One of them, it's a big one. It actually has an RJ45 connection on the back.
They're important.
Well, my personal laptop that I have now that I use every day, it doesn't have an RJ45. I have to use a dongle. And that's either that or Wi-Fi. And I'm like,
what's happening in today's society? Yeah, try to plug a Wi-Fi into the back of a Cisco router you're getting in from the factory. Not going to happen, man.
Right. And to be perfectly honest, at home, when I plug in, it's a lot faster. So I wanted an RJ45. I wanted that hardwire connection for when I'm at home. And it worked too. I have the ability to plug in here too. It's just a lot faster.
So you're hilarious because you're a network guy. So what's the first thing you point out? The RJ45. See, I'd be asking for the big 3. CPU, RAM, and storage. Do you have those off the top of your head by any chance?
So I do. And just to be perfectly honest, I started with the RJ45 on purpose because I remember you mentioning on your laptop how you still had an RJ45. So I was like, I got to be just like Mike. I need my RJ45 connection.
It's important.
But yeah, the big three. So I did go with the Intel i9. Newest processor, right? 14 core. So definitely a high powered processing capability, a lot of multitasking capabilities there. 32 gigabytes of DDR RAM, which was absolutely a necessity. And then one of the other main reasons why I like this machine as well too, by the way, it does have a terabyte solid state drive, hard drive as well. But again, one of the main reasons why I wanted this laptop as well is it does have dedicated video memory. It has a GeForce RTX 3070 video card built in with 8 gigabytes of separate RAM. So I have, a lot of monitors and I do some video stuff. So I was like, I need dedicated video RAM. And it does help too when you're also running virtual environments. If I've got multiple monitors going and virtual machines going and so forth, I wanted to have that dedicated video RAM as well. So it's been fun so far. I'm still in the process of setting it up. Oh my gosh. It takes so much time to tweak it and make it exactly how you want it to be. So
what OS are you running?
Windows, the newest version of Windows.
Windows 11?
Yep.
I hate Windows 11, but maybe that's a whole other episode. Hey, Richard?
Right. Well, that's why I have virtual environments, so I can play in Kali and, do some other things outside of Windows, right?
Gotcha.
So as far as price point goes, I'll tell you, there's a lot of different price points out there. I wanted to be able to get a high-powered laptop without hitting that $2,000 mark. I had a few options with the 32 gigs of RAM and the terabyte of hard drive storage space with a pretty high-powered processor. Really, I was kind of right on the edge, right? I was able to kind of get there a little below the 2,000 with tax, but I'm really, really happy with it so far. And, I would really love to get it to 64 gigs of RAM just because I want, more power, right? More multitasking capability. It's amazing how much more expensive it is mostly though to buy a laptop with 64 gigs of RAM because they upgrade everything else so much that you're $2,500 on a lot of these laptops, which is kind of crazy to me, but I guess it is what it is. So.
Hey, well, Richard, you're going to have to watch one of my A+ videos. I'll show you how to replace that RAM yourself. And then that way or upgrade that RAM yourself, throw in some SO-DIMMs and do it old school, our way, man.
So no, trust me, I am comfortable doing that, and I've already checked into it. I can get two 32 gig sticks because this laptop does only have 2 slots. So I've currently got 2 16 gig sticks in there right now. But I guarantee you in the future, the 16 gigs will be coming out, the 16 gigs chips will be coming out, and 2 32s will be going in there. So I'll beef it up a little bit more.
So what's the first thing you're going to do on this system? What's like after configuration, what's the first work you want it to do?
So initially right now, everything's been just getting it set up, right? All my normal stuff, right? Normal functionality, day-to-day stuff. But the big things I really want to do, I want to be able to get my virtual environments back on here and get them beefed up a little bit more than what I had on my existing laptop, just to be able to successfully run those. So I can do malware analysis and do all kinds of different things in there and not feel like I'm, killing my system resources on my host machine, right? Because in essence, when you're doing a virtual environment, you're stealing from your host machine to be able to run those virtual environments, right? So
sure.
I definitely want to be able to beef it up just a little bit so I don't steal too much from my host machine and it'll still run really well. So that's kind of my first big project, I guess you could say.
Well, Richard, it looks like you got a heck of a Christmas present, holiday present, or whatever you want to call it, man. So congrats to you. And for the record,
Santa.
My rule is always the same. The laptop you want is always going to cost $2,700. So the fact you got one under $2,000, good for you, man. I'm looking at a new Surface and it will not be under $2,000. That's for sure.
Well, Santa Richard was good to himself this year. So very excited about it.
Enjoy, awesome, man.
Well, thanks for letting me share my new computer with you guys today. I appreciate it. And
no problem, brother.
For those of you that are joining us to look at my new computer, stay tuned. There's going to be another video coming, and we're going to look at Mike's new computer because I'm sure his blows mine away. As a matter of fact, Little birdie told me, Mike, that you might have a video card that costs as much as my whole laptop.
Oh, it might cost as much as your car.
I doubt that part, but you know, hey, whatever. All right. Well,
all right,
listen,
guys, stay tuned.
Yep. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll see you guys soon.